I signed up for clinical trials because I feel like the future of my family, as well as all people, really need to find a cure for this. The reason I decided to actually participate is because I got so much more information and gave me so much data about just my overall health.
The primary benefit participating in a trial to me was the education that you get along the way. I mean, you're talking to the experts in the field.
If I can help someone that's in my situation get better, then I think it's appropriate for me to do that. And I almost feel like it's my responsibility to do it.
These studies are how things get FDA approved. So everything begins as a clinical trial, and then it goes through an approval process.
It is so exciting to finally get into a dawn of a new era where we're seeing effective therapies for our patients. And with that, we have a promise to not only impact the life of our patients, but the future of many, many patients around the world that have chronic liver disease and could potentially have poor outcomes from cirrhosis and its complications.
The top priority for trials are the patient's safety. There's whole committees that are designed with medical staff and even non-medical staff to take into account ethical concerns as well as medical and health concerns for each patient to make sure that every patient is safe at every point of the clinical trial.
When you enroll in a clinical trial, it's a very contained system. And what I mean by that is that you have a lot of people supporting you through it.
I had some reservations about participating in a drug trial just because of the way it's portrayed in TV and movies, as it's like a big joke. You go and you take these random medicines and something might happen or it might not. And, you're like that you would sleep in a room that night with, random people. And it is not like that at all. It's very structured.
No, I didn't have reservations. I just had questions about the clinical trial, what it entailed.
I would say there's not too much risk and there's not too much of anything that you really need to think about except for the time and the effort that you're going to have to put into this to finish it.
The time, I think, was the biggest cost to myself and my husband. So I spent a lot of time away from work, a lot of time out of the house, that kind of thing. So really looking at the time constraints.
Everybody is busy. We have busy lives. We have jobs. We have family demands.
Your time will be compensated, and depending on the study, there might be additional stipends to cover additional travel along with compensating time.
Minimizing dropout has to be founded on a very strong element of routine communication with your patients and understanding their perspective and their outlook on their participation over time.
It was a coordinated effort, but I will tell you this. If it matters, you figure it out. And this definitely mattered to me, so we figured it out.
Was I worried about getting into the placebo category of the drug trial that I was trying to get into? Yes. It played a big part in my mind because I was about to get into a year-long drug trial, and I didn't want to waste all that time knowing that I wasn't maybe going to benefit from the drug.
A placebo only exists when there is no full approval for a medication otherwise known to treat or reverse the liver disease in a manner that changes or has been evidence to change how patients feel, function, or survive, which is ultimately what we care about. So being in a clinical trial, despite the presence of a placebo treatment arm, can also be helpful for patients.
Even if I'm blinded and I'm on the placebo portion, there's tremendous benefit to people beyond just myself with this, which is one of the other reasons why this was so attractive to me doing this. Whether I get the treatment medication or not, people are going to benefit from this.
I had a wife that was behind me and said, yes, you need to do this whether you get into the placebo group or not.
It was either the drug trial and potentially a placebo or no medication. And I really chose the hope of going into the trial and getting a medication. And I knew that even if I was on the placebo, I was perfectly happy to get my information and the data from taking the placebo. everything for science.
Not only are you helping the clinical trial, you're helping yourself.
I would definitely advise at least going to get screened because you get so much detailed information. And then if you're in the clinical trial, you get follow-up blood work constantly. And I'm going to say, armed with so much knowledge that I was able to go and actually seek out better care for myself.
I started working with clinical trials and found out about them through my doctor. Well, then when the clinical trials were offered to me, it was like, why not have the opportunity to live longer so I can tell others?
So in clinical trials, there are different phases. In phases 2 and phases 3, when the clinical trials are looking for patients that could most benefit from the medications. Clinical trials can really be a great place to explore treatment options when other options that you've tried have failed before.
Every trial participant is not only participating in clinical trials for their own potential benefits, but in fact are advocates and heroes in our quest to cure liver disease for many others around the world.
It's a new frontier. It's exciting. I want the latest and greatest. I want to be involved in that. You see with technology, sometimes you have early adopters and sometimes you have patients that are the same way.
So clinical trials can be found all sorts of different ways. Patients can search online. One reputable website is clinicaltrials.gov. On there, you can search by location, by health indication that you're looking for. And so clinicaltrials.gov is a great website, but there are other websites similar to it that can really help get patients to the right clinical trials that could benefit them the most.
Clinical trials, I love them.